Selkies are mythological shapeshifters from Scottish, Irish, and Faroese folklore that can transform from seals into humans by shedding their seal skins. The legends often feature themes of transformation and longing. In this video, we will explore some of the old stories, who are the Selkies, and how we can bring Selkie magic into our own lives. Selkies can be male or female. They are described as being very beautiful or handsome when in human form. Selkies represent a deep connection to the ocean and the natural world. Their dual nature symbolizes the link between humans and the sea. Some say you can tell a silky seal by the unusual intelligence in their eyes. Selkies are neither inherently good nor bad. Their nature is dual, capable of both kindness and malice, depending on the situation. Some legends depict them as gentle, while others portray them as dangerous beings who may bewitch or lure humans to their doom, often driven by revenge for the killing of seals. Seals are important animals in the Celtic tradition, and there are two types of seals found around the British Isles: the common harbor seal and the gray seal. As spirit animals, seals symbolize adaptability, playfulness, intuition, and transformation. They represent the ability to navigate challenges with grace, reminding us to embrace joy and flexibility and to trust our inner voice. Seals can also be seen as protectors and guides that help connect the spiritual and physical worlds. Welcome! I'm Amy, a lifelong pagan, green witch, and environmental educator, which explains my many nature references. I love coloring and find it so relaxing. I've created several coloring books that are available on Amazon and the website. The links are below. A selkie can only return to the seal form in the water if they recover their skin, which can be hidden by a human to force a selkie to remain on land. There are many versions of this most famous selkie story. The Fisherman's Tale. In the remote islands of Great Britain and Scandinavia, fishing is a way of life, and there may be some competition with seals for fish. The legend goes that the fisherman was going to the beach and spotted a beautiful woman emerging from her sealskin. He fell in love with her in a selfish way and wanted her for his own. So he picked up her sealskin and lured her to his cabin, where he hid the sealskin from her, so she was his captive. The fisherman and the Selkie were married and had 2 children, whom she loved very much. But the pull of the sea kept calling her. She was sad, and even though she did love her family, the call was powerful. After finding their mother crying and distraught, the children decided to go in search for her sealskin. They found where their father had hidden it and brought it to their mother. She was overjoyed. Hugging her children in gratitude, she let them know she would always love them and be watching over them. Then she donned her sealskin and returned to her home in the sea. She comes to the shore often to check on her children, but she is happiest when she is in the water. This Selkie statue is on Faroe Island in Kalsoy. She commemorates the Selkie and reminds us why we need to treat our fellow creatures with respect. Harbor porpoise and gray seals live in the bay behind her. According to one legend, seals are former humans who have drowned, and once a year they can shed their skins on the coast to become human again. Some theories suggest the myths may have originated from sightings of people in sealskin kayaks and clothing. The Sami and Inuit used kayaks covered in sealskin, making them very buoyant and stable. When a kayaker was in the water, the sealskin would make them appear partially human with a tail below the surface. There is a condition where 2 or more toes, or sometimes fingers, are fused together. It can occur at birth or develop later in life. Children born from a union between a human and a Selkie are said to be born with webbed fingers and toes, serving as a mark of their supernatural ancestry. The MacCadrum clan of Scotland claim lineage to Selkies to explain the hereditary webbing between their fingers and toes. Let's talk about how Selkies can help us on our spiritual journey. In my last video, I talked about water magic. Selkies can help connect us with water. They are inherently magical beings. Their ability to transform from seal to human and back again makes them shapeshifters. This willow sculpture is one of 15 on a walk to celebrate Scotland's coasts and waters. Shapeshifting represents a deep connection to nature and the ability to cross boundaries between forms, elements, and worlds. Shapeshifting is transformation, and that is something we can all practice. Enter a meditative state. Focus on your breath and imagine yourself as a different being, engaging all your senses as you do so. Call on a seal or your personal spirit animal for guidance. If you feel that pull of the ocean and want to feel closer to your Selkie life, you can perform a seal skin reclamation ritual. Selkie stories often center around a Selkie whose seal skin is taken, symbolizing lost agency or the parts of ourselves we're forced to hide. This ritual invites you to reclaim your spiritual or emotional skin and return to your true self. You will need a piece of blue, gray, or seal brown fabric to symbolize your Selkie skin, a mirror, a bowl of salt water, or ocean water if you live near the coast, objects such as shells, sea glass, and moonstone, a journal, and a pen. Create a quiet space with your items. You can do this outside near a body of water or use a bowl of water indoors. Place the fabric around your shoulders or lap. Say aloud, "This is the skin of my spirit, once lost, now reclaimed." Look into the mirror and speak affirmations of who you truly are, such as, "I am free, I am whole, I am a daughter of the sea." Dip your fingers in the salt water and anoint your heart and third eye. Meditate for several minutes on what you're reclaiming: your voice, your power, your wildness. Afterward, journal your thoughts or write a vow of freedom. I have more rituals in the website article. Selkies inhabit the threshold between land and sea, a space many magical traditions consider especially powerful. Liminal spaces, twilight crossroads, shorelines, are seen as portals for communication with spirits or gods. For me, this is something I often relate to Hecate. In the broader sense, Selkies resonate with other magical archetypes. Like mermaids, Selkies are tied to the ocean, feminine energy, and enchantment, but Selkies tend to represent melancholy and longing, while mermaids often symbolize temptation or danger. Another is the fairy lover. In some tales, Selkies are lovers who can vanish or reappear, reminiscent of fairy lovers. Another comparison we can make is with sirens. Some legends portray sea witches or finfolk as darker versions of Selkies who use their power to lure and capture humans, drawing parallels to the Greek sirens. In the main lore, the Selkie woman is a captive and pines for the sea, for a better life, for a truer self. However, her decision to go back to the sea is also heart-wrenching as she leaves her children. I think the Selkie speaks to us as modern women. We have often lost ourselves in this fast-paced world that limits our growth. Selkies remind me that I need to grow, to transform, to not let myself be a captive. Selkies are wonderful guides for shadow work. The traditional Selkie tale is one of captivity. One way to honor your Selkie spirit is to donate or volunteer with a domestic violence shelter. Selkies embody the deep, emotional mystery of the sea and the theme of transformation. They teach us to reclaim our true nature. For pagans and magic practitioners, they serve as potent symbols of our freedom, intuition, and the pull of the wild. They encourage us to honor our inner tides and never lose the part of us that belongs to the ocean or to magic. Thanks for watching, and have a very witchy day.